Hello and welcome to the third part of this series. I know I've been milking this series for the past 2 to goddamn 3 months, but please bear with me. I'm sorry and I swear this will be the last video of me talking about this anime. In fact, being it the last video also means that this will be the most organized video among the first 2, because in this last part, I'm going to have my content split into different chapters, and you can use your mouse or your fingers to hover around. So, I will give my final episode 12 reaction, what is going to happen after the anime, my take on reading the manga, and finally, my verdict on the overall series. Of course, spoilers, this time I will be covering something that is still in the manga and not adapted yet. And so, without further ado, I will just start my reaction to episode 12. So, wow, it was an amazing roller coaster ride, where we saw the ups and downs, the good and the bad, the cliffhangers and the unexpected. We also see the aftermath of Miku recovering from her fever, going back to school, and her friends teasing her about how her developing relationship with Yukiya. It was embarrassing at least because the previous episode, which is episode 11, when they were calling Miku and they could hear Yukiya from the call. Meaning Yukiya is in Miku's house, which to the entire class, they don't even realize that how far they have come from just being childhood friends. But you need to thank Yukiya though for Miku's speedy recovery, because to me, I know from the outside he looks timid and maybe even cowardly, but deep inside, he is someone who cares a lot, especially for Miku. Or maybe only for Miku. I believe it is the latter. That's why we get to see Miku being happy again so quickly with the people around her. Kazane also asked Miku in the post-match interview like how she is the winner of the World Cup. It was amazing, to be honest. Miku and Yukiya also made mochi together at his home, and goddamn, I was laughing like crazy for the third time because Yukiya actually loves and wants to kiss Miku again back in episode 10. I mean, who wouldn't, honestly? And the final scene is both of them making origami together after school in the classroom. And like, for the love of my sanity, right? Yukiya actually said I love you properly to Miku. And guess what? She said it back too.
愛してるよ、ユキヤ。
And he also says he doesn't mind starting a family with her. Holy shit! Wow! Because after all the sleeping, hugging, and even kissing, we do finally see development, and it is mandatory at this point. If not, if you are falling behind compared to the other anime, you will be another flop like Rent a Girlfriend. And just saying, right, I know I'm not tripping when the final scene is shown. It was actually original content made by the anime production themselves, because in the manga side, they did not show the origami and also the last confession. Which leads to the next part of this video, what is going to happen after the anime. So for what we have known so far, as of July 2026, there is no announcement on season 2 yet. Therefore, from now onwards, it will just be speculation. Speculation is only on the second season of the anime, but confirmed in manga, because anime is not guaranteed to follow manga 100%, as you can already see the final scene of the last episode. Remember the previous part I mentioned how this is where it goes downhill? I almost gave up reading this manga because of how absurd and how stupid it is. Yes, you heard it right. The next arc is called Trial Dating Arc. So what is Trial Dating Arc? Basically, it's Miku and Yukiya decided to have a temporary status of them dating in the span of 3 days and see how it goes. And oh god, it actually have a lot of drama. Please descend into hell with me, because once we pass through this hell together, it will be heaven. After the 3 days trial dating, it is the sports day arc, and that is where things actually got better. Guys, have you heard of this thing called sunk cost fallacy, where you have already spent so much time on something that you feel like you can't give up now, even though staying is a bad idea? That's me reading I Want to End This Love Game. And now, come to the third chapter of this video, my take on reading this manga. So, should you read it? I mean, I've already told you the 2 upcoming arcs, but I didn't say what are the future arcs after the 2 upcoming arcs. That's where you can go and figure out yourself. last but not least, my final verdict. If you use your brain and a bit of common sense, you realize that the author Yuki Domoto won't pull such a stupid move that cannibalizes his own sales or shoot himself in the foot. Do you actually think he will make Miku and Yukiya separate, break up, or find another partner, despite Akane keeps teasing Miku about taking her boyfriend? Nor other guys calling Miku by her first name Miku. Because in the end, they are still childhood friends, and the rest are not. And the rest cannot replicate the same feeling. Take Subaru from Rare Zero as an example. If Subaru Natsuki hasn't gone to the convenience store that day, do you think Rare Zero would still happen? Or if Nezuko actually died from the sunrise, do you think Demon Slayer can still continue? Okay, sorry, these aren't great analogies, but you get my point. What I'm trying to say is, the point of this anime/manga is that they are both childhood friends. And as you guys know, childhood friends always lose. And at this point, it is a trope already. And here, they are trying to defy the very rules to break the cliche. You know, recently people keep using the word LARP to describe someone who lacks the correct knowledge of a topic, yet they still act or pretend like they know everything. I'm trying my best not to be called a LARPer, even though I do sound like one right now, not gonna lie. It has been a fun expedition while we discuss the best spring anime out there. Even though this part 3 has been delayed due to my tight schedule, like studying and working for example. That being said, the August celebration videos will still be uploaded. But I cannot guarantee they will be uploaded on the exact day, 20 August 2026, the birth of this channel. With that, remember to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so you will not miss any videos. Thank you once again for watching until the end. My name is Zion and I will see you around. Peace!